For those of you that sat in and watched the PEX pipe, this photo was out of that. It's one of my all-time favourites. It's how not to do a wall badly. It's classic case where services are put in before the wall goes up. I was mainly got that photo to show on the right-hand side. That's a short bit of furring channel across the butt joint with a couple of screws in it to hold it together. No doubt that we failed it. It's also the top track's cut, little strips of board. For a whole range of reasons, we hate that one. This is actually the same job. In fact, that's down below where the top bit is. And then these are narrow strips. I'd say we've got a 2750 ceiling height. We've got two 1350s and a little bit left over. Put it in the middle, put a couple of tapes over it, big wide set and joint, which is all okay. Well, it's not. We try and say 300 mils is a minimum, but I think we have some evidence that says 120 is okay. I also see it I put two sheets up, have a gap at the top, and then put another bit on the outside of that to cover it up. There's some logic to that, but again, we try and avoid it like the plague.
So these are some butt joints. The one on the right, they haven't done it right at all. The screws are way too close to the edge of the sheet. It is hard to do. We understand that it's hard to do that on site to get that 12 mil gap. The photo on the left, they've actually marked out the butt joints and the recess joints to make sure that they're exactly that 12 mil. That was, I think, one of Peter's jobs, and very surprised at how much time they've taken to do that right.
In fact, I was so excited when I saw it. I took the photo, and I know the company that did that is listening in, so welcome, guys. I took a photo of that and sent it to the whole team and said, how good is this? And one of them come back and go, there's a screw missing in the bottom corner. Which is true, but I'm sure that got done. I actually put it in the defect report and say screw missing, but it hurt me because it was so good. That's how we want to try and see it. So it's the screw in the middle there is the stuff that we see all the time and we just hate.
This is another big one, patching. So this is obviously your standard breakaway bit of plaster. The guys have strapped it, craned it up, and it's broken the board. I'm sure a lot of CMP guys probably see this and they get a headache straight away. But patching plasterboard, if the core's intact and the paper is removed, you can just go over it with a bit of plaster. That's fine. If the core is broken or damaged, you cannot just fill that joint with base coat. It doesn't have fire rating properties. It doesn't have the same fire rating properties that the fire check board does, so it can't be reinstated like that. You need to cut it fully out, reframe it, refix it. That's what we have to do in these situations.
Same as the electrical cables coming through, making sure that they're in the walls before we start sheeting, because a lot of the time, they'll drill a hole to try and find their cable or bring another cable through for a power point. We've got to deal now. Our wall's compromised. We need to deal with that. Patch, we need to cut it out bigger, patch it up. There might be maybe a cork detail that might get away with that, but we like to see it patched like that, even if it's a small 20 mil hole.